The book of Proverbs, chapter 14. A wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish destroyeth it with her own hands. He that walketh in his righteousness feareth the Lord, but he that is lewd in his ways despiseth him. In the mouth of a foolish is the rod of pride, but the lips of the wise preserve them. Where none oxen are, there the crib is empty, but much increase cometh by the strength of the ox. A faithful witness will not lie, but a false record will speak lies. A scorner seeketh wisdom, and findeth it not, but knowledge is easy to him that will understand. Depart from the foolish man when thou perceivest not in him the lips of knowledge. The wisdom of the prudent is to understand his way, but the foolishness of the fools is deceit. The fool maketh a mock of sin, but among the righteous there is favor. The heart knoweth the bitterness of his soul, and the stranger shall not meddle with his joy. The house of the wicked shall be destroyed, but the tabernacle of the righteous shall flourish. There is a way that seemeth right to a man, but the issues thereof are the ways of death. Even in laughing the heart is sorrowful, and the end of that mirth is heaviness. The heart that declineth shall be satiated with his own ways, but a good man shall depart from him. The foolish will believe anything, but the prudent will consider his steps. A wise man feareth and departeth from evil, but a fool rageth and is careless. He that is hasty to anger committeth folly, and a busybody is hated. The foolish do inherit folly, but the prudent are crowned with knowledge. The evil shall bow before the good, and the wicked at the gates of the righteous. The poor is hated even of his own neighbor, but the friends of the rich are many. The sinner despiseth his neighbor, but he that hath mercy on the poor is blessed. Do not they err that imagine evil? But to them that think on good things there shall be mercy and truth. In all labor there is abundance, but the talk of the lips bringeth only to want. The crown of the wise is their riches, and the folly of fools is foolishness. Faithful witness delivereth souls, but a deceiver speaketh lies. And the fear of the Lord is an assured strength, and his children shall have hope. The fear of the Lord is as a wellspring of life, to avoid the snares of death. In the multitude of the people is the honor of a king, and for the want of people cometh the destruction of the prince. He that is slow to wrath is of great wisdom, but he that is of a hasty mind exalteth folly. A sound heart is the life of the flesh, but envy is the rottenness of the bones. He that oppresseth the poor, reprove him that made him, but he that honoureth him, that hath mercy on the poor. The wicked shall be cast away for his malice, but the righteous hath hope in his death. Wisdom resteth in the heart of him that hath understanding, and is known in the midst of fools. Justice exalteth a nation, but sin is a shame to the people. The pleasure of a king is in a wise servant, but his wrath shall be toward him that is lewd. Proverbs chapter 15. A soft answer putteth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. The tongue of the wise used knowledge aright, but the mouth of fools babbleth out of foolishness. The eyes of the Lord in every place beholdeth the evil and the good. A wholesome tongue is as a tree of life, but the frowardness thereof is the breaking of the mind. Fool despiseth his father's instruction, but he that regardeth correction is prudent. The house of the righteous hath much treasure, but in the revenues of the wicked is trouble. The lips of the wise do spread abroad knowledge, but the heart of the foolish doth not so. The sacrifice of the wicked is abomination unto the Lord, but the prayer of the righteous is acceptable unto him. The way of the wicked is an abomination unto the Lord, but he loveth him that followeth righteousness. Instruction is evil to him that forsaketh the way, and he that hateth correction shall die. Hell and destruction are before the Lord. How much more the hearts of the sons of men? A scorner loveth not him that rebuketh him, neither will he go unto the wise. A joyful heart maketh a cheerful countenance, but by the sorrow of the heart the mind is heavy. The heart of him that hath understanding seeketh knowledge, but the mouth of the fool is fed with foolishness. All the days of the afflicted are evil, but a good conscience is a continual feast. Better is a little with fear of the Lord than a great treasure and trouble therewith. Better is a dinner of green herbs where love is, than a stalled ox and hatred therewith. An angry man stirreth up strife, but he that is slow to wrath appeaseth strife. The way of a slothful man is as an hedge of thorns, but the way of the righteous is plain. A wise son rejoiceth father, but a foolish man despiseth his mother. Foolishness is joy to him that is destitute of understanding, but a man of understanding walketh uprightly. Without counsel thoughts come to naught, but in the multitude of counselors there is steadfastness. A joy cometh to a man by the answer of his mouth, and how good is a word in due season. The way of life is on high to the prudent, to avoid from hell beneath. The Lord will destroy the house of the proud man, but he will establish the borders of the widow. The thoughts of the wicked are an abomination to the Lord, but the pure have pleasant words. He that is greedy of gain troubleth his own house, but he that beareth gifts shall live. The heart of the righteous studieth to answer, but the wicked man's mouth babbleth evil things. The Lord is far off from the wicked, but he heareth the prayer of the righteous. The light of the eyes rejoiceth the heart, and a good name maketh the bones fat. The ear that hearkeneth to the correction of life shall lodge among the wise. He that refuseth instruction despiseth his own soul, but he that obeyeth correction getteth understanding. The fear of the Lord is the instruction of wisdom, and before honor goeth humility. Proverbs chapter 16. The preparations of the heart are in man, but the answer of the tongue is of the Lord. All the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes, but the Lord pondereth the spirits. Commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be directed. The Lord hath made all things for his own sake, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. All that are proud in heart are an abomination to the Lord. Though hand join in hand, he shall not be unpunished. By mercy and truth iniquity shall be forgiven, and by the fear of the Lord they depart from evil. When the ways of a man please the Lord, he will also make his enemies at peace with him. Better is a little with righteousness than great revenues without equity. The heart of man purposeth his way, but the Lord doth direct his steps. A divine sentence shall be in the lips of the king. His mouth shall not transgress in judgment. A true weight and balance are of the Lord, and the weights of the bag are his work. It is an abomination to kings to commit wickedness, for the throne is established by justice. Righteous lips are the delight of kings, and the king loveth him that speaketh right things. The wrath of a king is as messengers of death, but a wise man will pacify it. In the light of the king's countenance is life, and his favor is as a cloud of the latter rain. How much better is it to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding is more to be desired than silver. The path of the righteous is to decline from evil, and he keepeth his soul that keepeth his way. Pride goeth before destruction, and an high mind before the fall. Better it is to be of humble mind with the lowly, than to divide the spoils with the proud. He that is wise in his business shall find good, and he that trusteth in the Lord, he is blessed. The wise in heart shall be called prudent, and the sweetness of the lips shall increase doctrine. Understanding is a wellspring of life unto them that have it, and the instruction of fools is folly. The heart of the wise guideth his mouth, wisely, and addeth doctrine to his lips. Fair words are as an honeycomb, sweetness to the soul, and health to the bones. There is a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the issue thereof are the ways of death. The person that travaileth, travaileth for himself, for his mouth craveth it of him. A wicked man diggeth up evil, and in his lips is like burning fire. A froward person soweth strife, and a tale-teller making division among princes. A wicked man deceiveth his neighbor, and leadeth him into the way that is not good. He shutteth his eyes to devise wickedness. He moveth his lips, and bringeth evil to pass. Age is a crown of glory, when it is found in the way of righteousness. He that is slow unto anger is better than the mighty man, and he that ruleth his own mind is better than he that winneth a city. The lot is cast into the lap, but the whole disposition thereof is of the Lord.